On March 8, 2024, it was announced that manga author Akira Toriyama had passed away due to acute subdural hematoma at the first of the month. Toriyama was known for his work on manga such as Dr. Slump and Sandland, as well as being the artist for video games such as Chrono Trigger, Blue Dragon, and the ever-famous JRPG series Dragon Quest. But most of all, Akira Toriyama is probably best known as the mastermind behind the world-famous Dragon Ball series. It can't be stated enough how much of an impact Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, as well as its many sequels and spin-offs, has had not only on the world of anime and manga, but in pop culture in general, both in Japan and worldwide. As a kid, I was a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z. It was like a daily ritual, coming home from school, tuning into the Cartoon Network Toonami block, and watching the latest adventures of Goku and his allies as they fight to defend the Earth from various threats who seek to destroy it. I mean, it was like this really awesome, really cool show, and I was really enraptured by the show's quirky character designs and strange and unique worlds and settings, as well as, well, probably most importantly, fast-paced and flashy action sequences, as corny as they could be sometimes. The show was a smash hit among young viewers such as myself, and not only put Toonami on the map, but it was one of the key shows that introduced a lot of us to the world of anime. And with any popular property, DBZ did have its own video game tie-ins. You know, a lot of them were, fighting games, and, they tended to be a mixed bag. A lot of them were clunky, clear cash grabs, but, we still played them because, well, those were probably the closest thing to scratching that action-packed, fighting Dragon Ball Z itch that we all had. But probably the most notable of these games were the Dragon Ball Z Budokai series that came out for the PS2 and GameCube. The first two, Budokais 1 and 2, they were serviceable, at least at the time of their release, but they were not perfect, far from it. In fact, I'd say they've kind of aged poorly. But Budokai 3 is, in my opinion, the best of the series. It's a flawed game for sure, but it did introduce some fresh new mechanics that helped it be, not so much of a mindless button masher as its predecessors. And that's why we're here. What's up, JT Gunner here, and this is Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3, the third entry in the Dragon Ball Z Budokai series. So, yeah, I played the hell out of this game growing up, and this was possibly my most favorite of the Dragon Ball Z Budokai series, because, like I said before, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 and 2, they were serviceable enough to, be Dragon Ball Z games, but, they were kind of, well, a little bit clunky. But, Budokai 3, I feel that's when the series, basically hit its stride, and it introduced a lot of mechanics and modes that really helped it be more than just, a Dragon Ball Z game. It's not as good as, say, Dragon Ball FighterZ, which we wouldn't get until, what, like a decade and a half later? But yeah, what I want to do is I'm going to play the Dragon Universe mode, and, yeah, so, this is basically like this game's story mode, so it's... I'm just gonna have to show it to you to really explain it to you. So we're just gonna start a new story, which is gonna start from the beginning of the Dragon Ball Z arc. Anyway, we have all these characters. We've got Tien, Piccolo, Krillin, Kid Gohan, and of course the main man himself, Goku. And we're just gonna do Goku today. So yeah, there's other unlockable characters from the Dragon Ball series that you can unlock and play as. So yeah. We're gonna get our prologue here.
Long ago, Goku had many adventures while searching for the 7 magic Dragon Balls.
Sort of going way back into the original Dragon Ball series here. Just telling us the good old days.
With his trusted friends by his
Here's
side,
when the end of the Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, where Goku is fighting Piccolo. And what's gonna happen?
The Earth was attacked by a mysterious warrior race, and so a new battle.
And now they're being attacked by the Saiyans, so a huge power level just came to Earth. I should check it out. Got a skill, a Kamehameha. So yeah, this game has a capsule system, And the capsules are basically skills you can give your characters. So we have Goku's move right here, the Kamehameha, the Kamehameha wave as we used to call it. Anyway, again, put it right there. So now we have that move. So yeah, there we go. So here's the world map. You could just sort of fly around and let's see. Press triangle to activate the map. So we can go to that spot right there. I want to see what's glowing. Looks like we have a battle point. All right, what's the battle point? And then in the loading screen here, you see the Cybermen. They pop out. Actually, we're fighting a Cyberman right here. Gee gee. All right, so get a taste of the combat. Excuse me, I don't know why I can't speak. But yeah, it's almost RPG-like. Like you go around a map and then you can fight all these enemies, and then with the Dragon Universe mode, you can get like experience points and level up your stats too. So yeah, this game does not use like traditional fireball inputs like other fighting games. You just put in like a string of combos or a string of attacks, and then you can do a special move. Like for Goku, it's like punch. Hold on, it's like punch, 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 energy blast, and then you can do this the Kamehameha wave. There's another Cyberman. We could also just press forward and the energy move to launch our finisher like that. Anyway, something you could also do: knock enemies into like the sky and then sneak up behind them. Or well, you're not really sneaking up, but you're sort of teleporting behind them and smacking them like that. Anyway, so that's a teaser of the combat. So let's see. We got some experience points. Oh yeah. Okay. And we can level up. And then we could use, like I said before, we could use these points to enhance our stats. So yeah, very RPG-like. And then there's our password. And of course, this is an old PS2 game. With these passwords, you could basically like write down your password and put it online or give it to your friend, and then they can basically battle against your character with these stats in their own games. Like, at least I think that's the case. I've never really messed around with that. Anyway, let's see. Let's go to the first battle point. How do we travel fast? There we go. It's L1. Okay. So there we go. Let's see. Get in range. We go to the plains. Here comes little Cyberman. Just rotate the control stick to make them grow faster. There you go. And there's Raditz.
You're a complete disgrace, Kakarot! Where is your Saiyan pride?
So yeah, if you don't know the story for Dragon Ball Z, and I can't imagine why you wouldn't, but Goku is actually an alien called a Saiyan. And the Saiyans are actually traveling warriors that basically, they work for this guy named Frieza, and they basically go around and conquer planets for Frieza. And there's a whole story behind the Saiyans and Frieza and all that, and we'll probably get into that a little bit later. I don't know how far I'm gonna go. But basically, Raditz is Goku's brother, and Goku's real name is Kakarot.
My name is Goku, and I'm from Earth. I'll never join forces
And
with you.
yeah, Goku does not want to join Raditz, of course, because Raditz is evil, and Goku is, well, not. Alright, so... there we go. Watch out for his moves. He's not just like a mere Cyberman, he's gonna be a little bit tough. Oh, I don't know, it's pretty early in the game, so we don't have to worry too much. Uh-oh. There we go. Kick your ass. Older brothers, am I right? What am I talking about? I am an older brother. I'm actually the oldest of my siblings, so... younger brothers! So, yeah, like I said earlier, I loved Dragon Ball Z growing up. You know, it was kind of a shame, because when Dragon Ball Z actually first debuted on American TV, I actually didn't have cable, so I couldn't watch Cartoon Network, so, for the show's earliest seasons, I actually had to learn through osmosis, through my friends who did have cable. The only time in those early days that I got to watch Dragon Ball Z was if I was at a place that did have cable, like, you know, if I was at a friend's house, or if I was, oh boy. Yeah, if I was at a friend's house, or if I was, like, in a hotel room that happened to have cable. That was when, I was living in a different place. I was living in a house in Washington State, and for whatever reason, the house we lived in, we couldn't get like the cable lines, and I guess we didn't know about satellite TV, so I just didn't have cable. It wasn't until like 2000 when I moved like across the country that I moved to a place that did have cable, and actually, my family and I, we moved close to my aunt and uncle and my cousin, and as actually at my aunt and uncle's house, I watched my first actual full episode of Dragon Ball Z with him, and
I guess this is it, guys.
so yeah, this is I'm trying to tell this story and also, you know, experience this story, but yeah, I guess we could focus on this one right here. So basically, in the Dragon Ball Z manga and anime, Goku sort of sacrifices himself fighting Raditz. This is early on in the series, but if you don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z, death is really just a slap on the wrist. You know that TV trope? Yeah, like, dying does not matter in this show, basically, for the most part. But Goku sacrifices himself fighting Raditz. But
keep training in the next world.
Yeah.
Wish me back to life in 1 year.
So if you don't know, again, assuming you don't know, there's these magical artifacts called Dragon Balls. And the Dragon Balls, you know, when all 7 are gathered, they can summon a dragon, and the dragon can grant any wish. So their plan is, for here, because this isn't really showing all the important context. So Goku is dead, but he's gonna go to the other world. He's gonna train with this guy called King Kai, who's sort of like the king of that section of the universe or whatever, right? And so now Goku's allies are basically they're going to train on Earth to prepare for the other 2 Saiyans that are about to show up. Goku's going to train on King Kai's planet, and he's also going to train. And then the plan is they're going to wish him back to life. So yeah, that's why I said wish me back to life in 1 year.
Power level. Time to see if all my training with
here's-
King Kai paid off.
You're skipping forward a bit. No, I thought about playing Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 instead of 3. Just so that, you know, we could really experience the full story. But Budokai 1 has not aged very well, in my opinion. Budokai 3, a little bit better. Ooh, we have a mystery here. Let's go here. What do we have here? Money, huh? Chi-Chi will be happy, so I'll keep it. Goku found 5,000 zeni? I don't know. Anyway, edit skills. Do we have any more skills? I don't think we do. Ooh, we have other stuff. We can put on the general vest. I think that's just equipment. I played the tutorial earlier, and yeah, I got some stuff out of that. So anyway, let's see. Is there any more battle areas? Or do we have to go to the plains? We might have to go to the plains. What was I saying? We'll go to the plains. Oh yeah, my first full episode of actually watching Dragon Ball Z was with my cousin.
You have learned well,
and
Your Kaioken
basically it was the episode where they're waiting for Goku to return from the planet Namek, because at that point Goku had defeated Frieza, who was attacking the planet Namek looking for their Dragon Balls and whatever. And yeah, that was the episode where they're waiting for to come back, but then they see Frieza arrive on Earth, and they're freaking out because they're like, oh, I thought Goku killed Frieza, but he didn't. And then another character shows up, and he's got this cool jacket and a really cool sword, and turns out he's also a Saiyan, and he could turn Super Saiyan just like Goku, and he kills Frieza. And you know, I was watching a lot of that shit out of context, but even then it was like, whoa, this show is just like wild. It's flashy, it's action-packed. And I don't remember if it was a rerun, but my cousin had seen that episode, and he was sort of spoiling it for me a little. My cousin was one of the guys that kind of needed to be the smartest kid in the room. Not shit talking him, but that's just kind of kid he was anyway. Yeah, so I guess we got another event here. So yeah, it was just after that, you know, I just started following the show regularly, and my brother and I, we were big fans of the show. It was because watching Toonami after school, that was that was like the afternoon ritual. Like I said, it was you know, of course I watched the other shows that were on there. There was like Sailor Moon, Gundam Wing, Tenchi Muyo, Rurouni Kenshin, Outlaw Star, you know, all those shows. But Dragon Ball Z was the show I watched, and probably the one I paid attention to the most. Like, I could not tell you like everything that happened on Sailor Moon, but I could tell you, you know, who did what on Dragon Ball Z, because, you know, that was the show I paid attention to. You know, like, again, my cousin, he's more of a big anime fan, and so yeah, I guess technically he got me into this show. But yeah, we'll say one thing that bit of a sore spot for me as a kid was did not play any of the Dragon Ball Z video games that really came out at the time, because well, a lot of them were for PlayStation consoles, and at the time I didn't have a PlayStation console. It wouldn't be until what, 2005 that I would get a PS2. So for the most part I was sort of locked out of getting any Dragon Ball Z games, but of course eventually the Budokai games would be ported to the GameCube, and I got to play those, and you know, enjoy the Budokai games. Again, they're not perfect games. In fact, these days I wouldn't even say they're good, but you know, they were serviceable. And then there's of course the Dragon Ball Z Sagas, which is a steaming pile of crap. You know, I've always wanted to do a video on that game, and that's going to be in the future. So yeah, again, reason why I'm playing this game today is because I just sort of want to pay tribute to Akira Toriyama. It's, you know, unfortunate that he passed away. I mean, how old was he? 68? I don't quite remember. But it honestly still feels like he was taken from us way too soon. I mean, just even looking on Twitter, the outpouring of, you know, I guess people mourning his death, and just like all these different creators, you know, all these people involved in like animation or video games, or, you know, even if they're not involved in that, if they were at least touched by his works, you know, even if it wasn't particularly Dragon Ball, if it was like Chrono Trigger or Dragon Quest, I mean, it's basically like if we lost Walt Disney. In fact, you know what, that's basically what kind of happened. It's like we lost the Japanese Walt Disney, and well, but you know, it's like he was a massive talent, and his works were
Can't we go somewhere else? They
really influenced a lot of people, and they really touched a lot of people, myself included. You know, I know some of you probably don't know this, but you know, I do my own fiction writing and stuff, and Dragon Ball Z especially was a huge influence on the work I've done. So yeah, for this particular story, because of course the Dragon universe, you know, it just basically gives you like the key plot points of what's going on in the anime / manga story. But here Goku just defeated one of the Saiyans, Nappa, but a lot of characters died trying to fight him, and with the character Piccolo dead, they can't use the Dragon Balls until, well, Piccolo comes back to life. But yeah, I guess we'll sort of get back into that story. I know I don't mean to slow down this video, just trying to,
I'll fill you in on the details,
you know, explain the story. You know, I didn't really script this out. I scripted out the beginning, if you couldn't tell. It was what the hell? Oh, we have a cutscene now. Oh, whoa, he's coming fast. Is he planning to fight around here? That's Yajirobe. He's a character that well, he's one of the funny side characters. I think he played a bigger role in the original Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball Z, he's just around, I guess. Well, looks interesting. I should check it out. Wow, the guy he's fighting looks like a real mean one. Ugly too. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of weird. I did not expect it to just cut to black like that. Anyway, let's see what else. Where can we you find anything before we go to the mountains. Because you can find other, like, goodies and stuff if you really look around. Like, you can actually find, like, hidden characters and stuff. And, this is a really neat mode. I kind of wish, the other Dragon Ball games kind of had, like, a mode like this where you're just, you know, it's very, it's very RPG-like. You just sort of, ooh, we could go to Kami's Lookout. Alright. What could we find here? Goku, this opponent is much stronger than your brother. Ah, I know, I could sense his energy from here, but I haven't been training to lose. I told you I'll defend the Earth against any threat, no matter how powerful. Earth is my home and all my friends are there, I can't lose. Well said, take this, for this may become useful. We're all counting on you, Goku. Thank you, Kami. Alright, so Kami's gonna give us an item. So, a Jiro-style defense system. We're already referencing Dr. Jiro this early in the story. Anyway, what's over here? What's in the forest? Let's find out. It's Yajirobe. Hey, Yajirobe. Mumble, mumble. What's he doing? Looks like he's up to something. Huh? Now where's he going? I should check it out. Korin's walking stick, what? Oh well, I better hold on to this. Okay, so... can we return Korin's walking stick to Korin? Yeah, there we go. Korin's tower. What do we get here? Hey, Korin, these are for you. What? Where'd you find these? Well, they were on the ground. Thanks, Goku. Please take this gift in return. That's odd. Must have been the wind. So another item? Okay. Super Kami water drop. Alright. I don't really use the items in this game because it's like, you only have so many, man, flight controls are so weird. It's like, oh boy. Because you do have to use, like, the right stick to turn around. And then it's like, you can only use, like, left stick to go forward and back, and it just kind of throws me off a little. It's like, you can't even strafe. And that kind of throws me off. Goku find, ooh. Another, equipment. Sturdy vest. Okay. Alright. I can't find any... ooh, wait a minute. It looks like we have another goodie here. Money. Alright. Of course, you can use money to buy skills and other capsules, and ooh, a battle point. Let's go here. More Cybermen. Okay. Just the one? Okay. Works for me. Anyway, alright. Spitting acid. There we go. Yeah. So I know I didn't really do a good job explaining the game mechanics. I was just... the reason why I'm making this video is just to sort of reminisce about Dragon Ball Z and, you know, experience the story again, but, anyway. So, yeah, of course, this is a standard, kind of like a standard fighting game, you know. Oh crap, he's gonna self-destruct. Anyway, if he latches onto me, he'll do a lot of damage when he self-destructs. But yeah, there's you have a health gauge and a key gauge, and the key gauge basically lets you use your special moves. And yeah, it's like you could do the standard Dragon Ball Z, you know, sit, scream, and charge. And then of course you have transformations, like we have the Kaioken, or the Kaioken as they call it here. And yeah, there's actually a lot to this game that you know, I've admittedly not really explaining too well, but yeah, like I said, I just want to play this game because again, it's really unfortunate that we lost Akira Toriyama, and it's his work has touched a lot of people, you know, like I keep saying. And it's, of course, Dragon Ball Z spun off its video games, and you know, some good, some bad, and honestly I'd say Budokai 3 is one of the good ones. It's definitely a classic, and it's one that I loved playing growing up anyway. So Goku is gonna fight the Saiyan Prince himself, Vegeta, another fan-favorite character. Away from innocent bystanders, eh? You still don't get it, this whole planet is doomed. Anyway, so Goku is gonna fight Vegeta, who is like basically the first main villain of Dragon Ball Z, of the Dragon Ball Z, you know, anime series. And of course, Vegeta will go on to have his own major character arc, and
We'll see
yeah.
about that. I might just have a few
So-
surprises in store for you.
now it's the legendary showdown between these two Saiyans, this iconic showdown. Of course, by the time I watch the show, you know, we were well past the Saiyan saga. But the thing about Dragon Ball Z growing up is for whatever reason, Cartoon Network would not they did not have like the rights to like how do I say this? Like they sort of blew each other away there, but Cartoon Network would not get it would not have. I'm sorry, why? I don't know why I'm struggling right now. I guess I would. This is sort of a last-minute video decision, honestly. Obviously, I did not entirely plan to record this game in particular, but when I found out that Toriyama had passed away, I just sort of had to play something Dragon Ball Z related. But anyway, they would air new episodes of Dragon Ball Z, you know, for a certain like season or arc. Yeah, I'm trying to focus on fighting Vegeta here, but he's sort of kicking my ass a little bit. He is pretty tough. But yeah, it's like, hold on. Oh boy. Oh crap, he got me. Alright. Oh fuck.
I give up.
Yeah, I'm still struggling to give commentary. But we will try again. Because I think we could take him on. He's not that powerful. Anyway, I'm gonna charge up too. But yeah, Cartoon Network would not have like the distribution rights for like the later seasons. Like they would do reruns a lot of the earlier seasons. So yeah, eventually I would sort of see like the earlier episodes. But anyway, I know I'm trying to talk about Cartoon Network, not explain the mechanics. And maybe one of these days I'll do a proper playthrough of this game, and I'll get into like mechanics in more detail. But yeah, so it'd be a sort of a recurring joke that Cartoon Network would just not have like the broadcast rights to some of the later episodes, and then we'd just have to they basically start from the beginning. So yeah, it was like, yeah, you'd get further into the show and then they'd go back, and it's like, oh man. But oh boy, he was clever enough to pick triangle 3 times. But this mechanic we did here was the Dragon Rush. This is one of the new mechanics for Budokai. I am so sorry why I can't fucking speak right now, but you know, it's kind of tough to do that with a game like this. But it's either this or play Dragon Ball Z Sagas. I didn't want to play a bad Dragon Ball Z game. So anyway, we beat Vegeta. Yeah, he likes to call Goku a clown. And Goku is a very competitive guy, so he loves fighting. So Goku does not have the violent, destructive tendencies of the typical Saiyan. Yeah, there's a whole backstory behind that. But Goku does love fighting, so yeah. So he wants to fight Vegeta again. Anyway, yeah, now we unlocked Vegeta, so we can play as him. Alright.
Having successfully fended off the Saiyan onslaught, Goku opts to spare Vegeta's life.
Yeah, Krillin grabs Yajirobe's sword and he attempts to kill Vegeta, but Goku telepathically somehow tells Krillin not to do it, so...
Mark my words, you'll pay for this, Kakarot, you and all of your friends!
So yeah, Vegeta makes his escape.
Krillin, Gohan, and Bulma travel to Namek in the hopes of
reviving. So yeah, they find out that Piccolo and Kami, because they're both sort of tied together, they're aliens from the planet Namek, whereas before it was believed they were just demons. And they realize, hey, there's an alien race full of these people. You can go to their home planet and use their Dragon Balls. So yeah, that's sort of the thing there. But I think we're kind of I think I'm kind of at a good stopping point. So yeah, we won't continue. Maybe we'll do the Namek part, you know, sometime later. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3,
Goku!
really
So
good
which are you going
game.
to play? You'll get stronger as you
So
fly
yeah,
all over
okay.
buy or set a
I kind of
skill.
wish these
Learn to
characters
master
wouldn't
your
speak
skills
so much
no one can
than
beat
you when I'm trying to speak. It is kind of throwing me off, but yeah, I just wanted to revisit this game and just sort of, you know, I guess this is sort of my way of sort of paying tribute to Akira Toriyama, because honestly, it's, I mean, I'm honestly finding a hard time putting it into words how much I loved Dragon Ball Z. You know, even now, I'd honestly say it's still one of my favorite anime. Toriyama left behind an incredible body of work, and you know, the fact that he's been able to, you know, influence and inspire and entertain people for generations, you know, it's amazing. And yeah, I guess I just wanted to talk about Dragon Ball Z for a little bit. That's why I played this game. So yeah, I guess we're kind of done. We're done here with this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would, you know, you would do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment. That would really help me out a lot, and I really do appreciate your support. But yeah, if you want to see more of this game, you know, I'm definitely open to playing more of it. So yeah, really not much more to say. I'm JT Gunner. This is Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3, and rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. You've left behind a great body of work, and you've made the world a better place just from your, you know, body of work. And that's all I really have to say. So I'll talk to you guys later.